Thousands of years ago, Malar, the Beast Lord, used barbaric human tribes to create the original lycanthropes, imbuing their blood with the qualities of the predators they admired most. Other sources claim the goddess Saloon granted these powers to young orphans to help them survive the wilds. But whether you believe it to be a blessing or a curse, lycanthropy can be hard to rid oneself of under even the best of circumstances. For the sake of this video, I will be operating under the assumption that Malar is the creator of lycanthropes. Malar himself became an exarch of Sylvanas after the Spell Plague, as a resident of the Deep Wilds. Sylvanas, however, did nothing to rein in Malar, and the Beast Lord continues to rage on as a member of the Deities of Fury, led by Talos. Malar and his followers hate civilization and hunger for bloody, wanton slaughter, as well as the spread of lycanthropy. The Beast Lord's rage has extended to deities of many pantheons, and he will gladly fight against anything he feels represents civilization, even going to the lengths to form alliances with other deities to bring down his enemies. Before I move on to lycanthropy itself, I'd like to note about one of Malar's holy days, the High Hunt, where a captured humanoid is released and then hunted for the next day and night, only being rewarded if they survive the endeavor, and in most cases, being met with death. Now, moving on to lycanthropy. Lycanthropy is a disease that afflicts the body and soul of the cursed individual and causes them to shift and change, often with the phases of the moon, into human-animal hybrid forms, seen as monstrous by the society they must now hide from. Some claim that poisonous wolfsbane can cure lycanthropy, but the belladonna plant is just as likely to poison them as it is to save them. When one is afflicted with lycanthropy, they have at least two forms, one of a humanoid and one of an animal, but many of them also hold a hybrid form, resembling a humanoid with the animalistic traits of the species whose curse they bear. Not all lycanthropes have control over their ability to change or shift, and they run the gamut in personalities and alignments. But a few things they all share are their weakness to silver-coated weapons and the ability to spread their affliction. If someone is struck or bitten by a creature cursed with lycanthropy, they have a chance of contracting the disease themselves, forcing them to shift and change into a new, fresh lycanthrope, the most common types of which we will discuss here. Where rats were creatures of lawful evil, often found in urban areas, that bore the ability to transform into giant rats. Known cannibals, they live in clustered hives and packs beneath cities, resorting to killing, stealing, and eating anything they can get their hands on. A werewolf is a creature of chaotic evil. Known to be weak to silver and tied to the phases of the moon, they serve as the source of the legends that extend to most lycanthropes. They are perhaps the most common of all their kind and are drawn subconsciously to the worship of Malar, the Beast Lord. Were-boars are creatures of neutral evil. Thick and muscular, their bodies are covered in stiff fur, and they bear tusks even while in their hybrid form. Endlessly ferocious and volatile, they are known to provoke conflicts even when not necessary for their survival. The first of the non-evil lycanthropes, the were-tiger, excels at the use of weaponry and are often found to be female. They are solitary creatures that keep to their small families and prides, living deep within jungles. A werebear is the first lycanthrope we can consider truly good. They transform into immense bipedal bears and often use their newfound strength to protect nature and provide aid when possible. They don't keep much company, but prefer to live on the outskirts of civilizations, usually by themselves. One of the stranger forms of lycanthrope, were-bats require blood to survive, and often come from goblins and other subterranean species. In their hybrid forms, their arms become immense wings, and they are one of the only known flying lycanthropes. The other flying lycanthrope being the were-raven. Wise and well-intentioned, they are rare and hard to find, though they are not adverse to company. Like ravens, they are collectors of trinkets, but like their human sides, they obey laws, even when they must do so in secret. Regardless of form, lycanthropes keep to themselves and avoid society in order to avoid being hunted. Their curse or affliction can make them seem to be monsters in the eyes of many people, when in reality they are as diverse and varied as the humanoids they come from.